Good morning, troops. I know I was supposed to ride with you into battle this morning. Some of you may have heard. Cain got into the palace and wounded me last night. I am so sorry I am unable to join you. That was his purpose. His goal was not to kill me, but to wound me and make me look weak. He wanted you disheartened, to feel betrayed by me. I beg of you, do not let him win. This battle today could truly turn the tide in our favor. As you go out there, remember you do not fight for me. You fight for your loved ones. You fight for your families. And most important, you fight for yourselves. You have all been so brave and courageous and admirable, fighting for a queen you do not even know. Believe me when I tell you, I may not be there on that field with you, but my heart and soul go with each and every one of you. Now, who is with me? Today we will be diving into the twists and turns of fantasy. Courting Fate, Book 1 of the Courtship Saga by A.R. Kaufer, here on the Board Goddess Book Reviews. Hello, gentle readers, and welcome back to my library. I am the Board Goddess, and I am so excited to share with you yet another literary treasure. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Doing so means that you are not only helping me continue reviewing amazing stories by indie authors, you also help my channel grow into a community of like-minded readers. Together we can help self-published and traditional authors, both new and seasoned, reach even more of those of us hungry for their wonderful original stories. For those who are new to my channel, this is my chief ratings duck, Mad Max, with stunning intellect and tremendous, terrifying talent. He goes through my review and aligns his feathered army into a rating. Well, Max, are you ready to dive into something new? Righteous. Let's do this. This week's review is on Courting Fate, Book 1 of the Courtship Saga by A.R. Kaufer. I stumbled upon this book by sheer déjà vu. Miss Kaufer submitted the book for review on my website, www.theboardgoddess.weebly.com, and to my surprise, I found I already had this book in my to-be-read pile. So this was a read for both pleasure and work. The Courtship Saga is a planned 8-book epic fantasy, and 2 of the series are available for purchase, along with several other of this author's works not in this collection. I have linked the author's Amazon page below. Courting Fate is something very unique, unlike anything I've previously read, in that it feels like 3 genres in one. I have not found many portal sci-fi fantasies such as Courting Fate available. In fact, I have to say I'm new to this fascinating genre, which could be defined as urban fantasy meets science fiction meets emotional romance. A real ménage à trois of a book, which, on the surface, seems an unlikely partnership. Miss Kaufer, though, really makes this unusual genre work. Now, before we go any further, let me point out, while this book could be considered for young adults, I believe it should firmly be placed within the adult reading category. While the scenes of violence aren't really graphic, and are truly necessary for the story, the book does involve some pretty traumatic events, both in the past and present of the characters, which might prove triggering to some readers. The start of this story is one of action and excitement. Indeed, from the very beginning, we are met with our hero, Rafe, a presumed military veteran, jumping to the rescue of Anna, who, after being shot, is violently assaulted. Rafe quickly takes down the gun-wielding brute, calling the police and EMTs to assist the injured woman. Early on, he becomes emotionally drawn to her and makes his affections known. For her part, our protagonist, Anna Summers, has lived a tumultuous life in a series of foster families and group homes. Now working in a bank, she lives a quiet, simple life of reading and video games, two of my favorite things, which becomes appended by this horrible, vicious assault. But we discover that what's on the surface isn't even close to the reality. And, in a sudden twist of fate, Anna must begin facing the truth of who she is. Together with her best friend Kara and her hero Rafe, she journeys into a shocking self-discovery against her own inner demons and a despicable villain. Will Anna be able to rise above her inability to trust in her own judgment and gain the strength to survive a horrendous battle in order to become the queen she was always meant to be? As I mentioned previously, this was my review channel's first submission by an author. And after reading the description, I was hooked. I mean, everything from magic and futuristic tech to complex social structures and convoluted politics. I mean, how could I say no to that? Right from the start, I felt great empathy for Anna, the main female character. While I don't know that I could ever have been as patient as her two, and later 3 close friends are throughout the story, I could understand her on a personal level. When you've been hurt so much, facing that pain is worse than feeling it for the first time. Ugly words spoken become a part of you, and you begin to believe them, even more than the words of your loved ones, especially as the fear of abandonment looms. Running away and hiding feels safe, familiar, and while you may realize it isn't healthy, it allows you to feel normal, if only for a few moments. The amazing characterization of Anna was so real for me that despite my emotional camaraderie with her, I wanted to jump into the story and encourage the expression of all of that negative emotion, before then hugging the heck out of her until she realized how truly worthy she was of being loved. There is a lot to love in this book, not the least of which is the fantastic way that the author managed to create this awesome amalgamation of different genres, allowing the story to feel real throughout. I also loved the psychology of the story, skillfully interwoven, which allowed me to understand Anna a little bit at a time. I was able to cheer as Anna fought through dire circumstances to grow stronger, and feel real anguish as she tried to push aside the hurt past of her youth. Another point in the story I enjoyed was the idea of the kingdom. It was very complex, with laws that seem realistic. It was very complex, with laws that seem realistic and were truly worrisome. The corruption in both the military and political machines drew me right into the overall governing of this place. Fun fact, I am a sucker for politics in fiction, as it adds to the realism and really helps me get a broader scope of the book. I also liked the way the reader is given information about this world through dialogue between the characters. It is never easy to show rather than tell, but fortunately it is achieved really well in this story. There were a few grammar issues within the book, but they were extremely minor and did not detract from the reading. There were some cyclical plot points which, while I now see what the author was trying to achieve, could at times be somewhat confusing, but again did not degrade the reading experience for me. Finally, and this is just a personal preference of mine, I felt that there could have been a bit more world building, in the sense that I wish there had been a bit more indulgent descriptions. There seems to be a current vogue for writers to make details less evident, with the theory that it is better to let readers visualize the story for themselves. Call me old-fashioned, but I want to know every tiny detail of the story, straight from the wonderful, creative mind of authors. This trend, to me, is like admiring what could be a glorious painting, except all of the points of interest, color, or reflection have been removed. This made the story very fast-paced, but I would have loved to envelop myself in that beautiful place and within the characters and experienced so much more. Miss Kaufer presented such a beautiful, rich environment imbued with so many species and cultures, and I would have loved to dive into the depths of detail, to see it even more clearly within my mind's eye. All right, Max, it's the time that everybody's been waiting for. Are you ready to rate this awesome book? I completely agree, dear Max. Because of the book's dazzling story, unique combination of genres, and fantastic characters. Psst, Rafe, if you're ever looking, I'm available. Courting Fate, The Courtship Saga, Book 1, by A.R. Kaufer, is conferred with 4 ducks and a chicken. The little peep is there because of those few grammar errors and the need, in my own opinion, for deepening of world building. I have linked to the Amazon affiliate page for this book below. Please check out this and A.R. Kaufer's other books. I see great things yet to come from this author. Have you read Courting Fate? Let's discuss it in the comments, or in my Discord, also linked below. I am there every day and looking very forward of building a community of like-minded indie book enthusiasts. If you have a favorite little-known self-published novel, please feel free to leave a request for video review for readers on my website, theboredgoddess.weebly.com. The link to the page is listed below. If I choose the book, I'll give you a high 5 in the review. If you're an author of an indie book and would like me to do a video review of your work, please submit a request on my website. The form page can be found below as well. I am also on Instagram, Goodreads, and Twitter. The links are there. When I don't have my nose in a book, I am always up for a book chat or just saying hi. So guys, that's it for now. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Adios until next Wednesday. May your day be epic, and may awesomeness follow you like a sad puppy needing hugs. See you next time. Bye all. Hungry like the wolf.
Or duck. Okay.
Hungry like the duck?
Yep.
Like it.
Review.
This week's review.
It's truly.
So much truly. That worries.
Okay.
It is my eternal quest to confuse the crap out of you, Dad. And most of the bloopers were caused by my father, the script kitty. Drew me right into the overall governing... A floaty ocean.
Floaty ocean.
No periods here, folks. Just floaty oceans.
Yep.
Are we having a twinkle?
Yes.
Pick me up before you go.